Father's Day. The Surprise. Father's Day, The Surprise. By Danish. Can you imagine what surprise our children have prepared? Joseph asked, looking toward Mary. Mary smiled gently. She placed the teacup on the table and replied, "Of course not. I have no idea. They haven't shared anything about it." Joseph leaned back in his chair and said with a sigh, "I'm worried." Mary reassured him softly, "Don't worry, Joseph. They always think of the best." Mary paused, then said, "Yes, though I did overhear them whisper something about a new home." "What?" Joseph suddenly exclaimed, his voice louder than he intended. Startled, Mary stared at him. "What happened?" she asked. Joseph quickly composed himself. "No, nothing," he said, trying to hide the concern in his eyes. "Okay, Mary, make me some breakfast." "I'm feeling hungry," Joseph said. "Fine, I'll be quick," Mary smiled, then walked toward the kitchen. As she left, Joseph sat still, lost in thought. A few days earlier, he had met his old friend Smith after many years. Smith had once been a small shopkeeper in their town. They spoke fondly about the old days, laughter, struggles, and memories. Then Joseph asked, "So, what's going on in your life now? Is your family doing well? What's your son doing these days?" At first, Smith tried to change the subject, but Joseph pressed gently again. Finally, Smith answered in a nervous voice. "Joseph," Smith began, his voice trembling. "Last Father's Day, my son Harry decided to surprise me and my wife. We were so excited. We felt proud thinking, what a good son we have. So thoughtful and caring. That day, he bought a brand new car. I was deeply emotional seeing him post about it, showing the car and hugging me. He smiled and said, 'Let's go, Dad. A big surprise is waiting.' We drove a long distance talking on the way. After a while, we reached a place, a beautiful building, clean and modern. We stepped out and then, he said, 'I'll be back soon, just wait here.' But he never returned. After waiting, a staff member came and said, 'Your son has completed all the formalities. This is your new home now, an old age home.' Joseph, I was shattered. My wife, she couldn't bear the sorrow. Her health worsened, and within a few months, she passed away. Now, I've left that place. I wander, trying to forget. And today, I met you." Tears fell from Smith's eyes, and Joseph sat in silence, heart aching with disbelief. "Your breakfast is ready," Mary's voice reached Joseph's ears, pulling him out of his thoughts. "Where were you lost?" Mary asked, looking at Joseph with a puzzled expression. "No, it's nothing," he replied quietly, trying to hide the weight in his eyes. Just then, John entered the room. "What happened, Mom? Dad, you are—" Before he could finish his sentence, Joseph stood up and hugged him tightly. With tears in his eyes, he said, "I love you, my son. You are my world. I can't live without you." He held John even closer and cried, "Please, son, don't leave us in an old age home. We only want to live with you, near your heart, not far from your life." Joseph's voice broke as the weight of his emotions spilled out. A father's silent pain turned into pleading love. "What are you saying, Dad?" John replied, his voice filled with emotion. "I can't even imagine such a foolish thought." He held his father's hand tightly and continued, "You're my father. You turned your blood into water just to raise me. You guided me, motivated me toward education, and made my dream world come true, Dad. But the truth is, my dream world is incomplete without Mom and Dad." Tears rolled down John's cheeks as he broke down. Mary stepped forward, gently wiping John's tears. "Yes, son," she said softly. "Your father just misunderstood. We're so proud of you." Joseph stood silently, his eyes moist, his heart full of silent gratitude. A moment where love spoke louder than pain. "Tell me, son, what's the surprise?" Mary asked, trying to shift the mood. "Oh, John," she added playfully. "Can you imagine?" Mary and Joseph said together, trying to guess. John chuckled and said, "Okay, I'll give you a hint." Joseph leaned forward with excitement. Yes, tell us. Is it my unfulfilled wish? John nodded, smiling brightly. Then, with a gentle gesture, he took an envelope from his pocket and placed it in Joseph's hands. Here, Dad. These are your world tour tickets. For a moment, Mary and Joseph were stunned. Tears welled up in Joseph's eyes as he whispered, Our dream. Our long-lost dream. Mary placed her hand over John's and said, Thank you, son, for giving us not just a surprise, but a reason to smile again. Support my writing. If you'd like to support my writing, it's easy. Donate on PayPal. Even a small amount makes a big difference. Your support helps me keep sharing more stories that matter. Just visit the sidebar of this blog and click Support My Stories. It will take you to my PayPal donation page. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Phone P 902-1316-699.